Attention passionate New York Giants fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC East and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on New York Giants' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true New York Giants fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your friends and New York Giants fans. Let's get to the news. There's been some serious buzz lately about a potential blockbuster move involving the Kansas City Chiefs and the New York Giants, and it's got fans on both sides of the league talking. Rumors are swirling that the Giants might be making a bold push to bring in one of the most disruptive defensive tackles in the league, Chris Jones. Now, this is a name that resonates deeply with Giants fans because of his reputation as a game-changer up front, a guy capable of instantly transforming a defensive line into a fortress. And with the Giants desperately needing to bolster their interior defense, this kind of move could be just what the doctor ordered as they gear up for the stretch run and a potential playoff push. Let's break down the core of these rumors and why they're gaining so much traction. First, the Chiefs are reportedly facing some serious salary cap constraints, with a negative cap space of around $48 million. That's a huge obstacle for a team that's been competitive and aiming for another Super Bowl. They're also in a bit of a rebuild phase, prioritizing youth on their offensive line and perhaps looking to shed some veteran contracts to free up cap space for extensions, especially for their superstar quarterback, Patrick Mahomes. There's skepticism about Chris Jones's age. He's now 32, and how much longer he can maintain his elite level of play, especially considering that the Chiefs are ranked 5th in the league with a PFF grade of 87. 6 for their defensive line. It's a delicate balancing act, maintaining competitiveness while trying to get younger and rebuild. From the Giants' perspective, this is an opportunity that's too tempting to ignore. Chris Jones, who has been a beast in recent seasons, especially in 2025 when he racked up 11 sacks, 38 pressures, and maintained an eye-popping 90. 4 PFF grade could be the piece that elevates their entire defensive front. When you look at his production, it's almost impossible not to see the fit. Jones is a disruptive force who collapses pockets with a strength that's almost historic. Think of a modern-day Aaron Donald, but with his own unique style, constantly causing chaos in the backfield. His ability to penetrate and disrupt offenses would give the Giants a true game wrecker, especially when paired with Leonard Williams, who boasts an impressive 88. 9 PFF grade. Together, these two could turn the Giants' defensive line from a strength into a downright nightmare for opposing offenses. And it's not just about individual talent. The impact on the team's overall performance could be massive. By adding Jones, the Giants would see their sacks skyrocket. An increase of 17 or more could be on the horizon, along with a significant drop in the average rushing yards allowed per game, from around 128 down to roughly 92. That's a game changer. Their pressures would also see a jump of 25%, and tackles for loss would increase by 13 against division rivals like the Commanders, who currently average around 4 yards per carry. This is exactly the kind of upgrade that could turn their defense into a fortress, especially as they aim for a deep playoff run. Historically, adding a player like Chris Jones has shown to have a transformative effect. Think back to the San Francisco 49ers in 2024, when a similar addition of Buckner led to a 21% increase in stops and turned their front into an impenetrable force. Jones's presence could elevate the Giants' front seven, creating more opportunities for linebackers like Kayvon Thibodeaux and O-defense, and improving their ability to generate turnovers. With the Giants also boasting a cap space of around $23 million for the secondary, they could address injuries and depth issues, especially in the cornerback and safety positions, by freeing up some room through this move. Now, what does this mean for the Giants' Super Bowl aspirations? Well, bringing Chris Jones into the fold isn't just a short-term fix. It's a statement that the Giants are serious about building a championship-caliber team. His addition would significantly boost their odds, which currently sit at around plus 8,000, and could see that number improve dramatically. Some projections suggest a shift to plus 3,100 or better. His ability to collapse the pocket and pressure quarterbacks like Jalen Hurts, who averages 3.9 sacks per game, would make the Giants' pass rush one of the most feared in the league. Historically, players like Jones have been game winners, and his impact could elevate the Giants' chances of making a deep playoff run potentially even contending for the Super Bowl. Of course, there are hurdles. The Chiefs aren't just giving away Jones for free. The rumored trade package involves the Giants sending second-round picks in 2026 and fifth-round picks in 2027. While that might seem like a hefty price, it's a small price to pay for a player of Jones's caliber, especially when considering how much he could elevate the Giants' front and overall team performance. The key for the Giants will be managing their cap space efficiently, ensuring they can keep other essential pieces while still securing this disruptive force. Looking at the bigger picture, this move could mark a turning point for the Giants. They've been building steadily over the past couple of seasons, showing flashes of brilliance with Daniel Jones, Saquon Barkley, and a developing secondary. But to truly contend, they need that disruptive interior presence, someone who can collapse the pocket and create chaos in the backfield. Chris Jones is that kind of player. His addition would send shockwaves through the NFC East, making the Giants not just contenders but legitimate threats to challenge the echelon of the league's top teams. Imagine a defense where Jones and Leonard Williams dominate the interior, forcing quarterbacks into hurried throws, setting up turnovers, and giving the offense more opportunities to score. It's the kind of recipe for success that can propel a team deep into the postseason. And let's not forget, the Giants have been quietly assembling a talented roster, focusing on their trenches and secondary. With the addition of Jones, they're essentially upgrading their interior defense to a championship level. This isn't just about one player. It's about sending a message that the Giants are ready to compete at the highest level, that they're serious about their Super Bowl ambitions, and that they're willing to make bold moves to get there. Given the recent history of the league, where interior pressure often wins championships, this could be the move that pushes the Giants from a promising team to a true NFC powerhouse. Now it's always a gamble, and the Giants will have to weigh the risks and rewards carefully. But if the rumors are true, and the Giants manage to secure Chris Jones, it could very well be the start of a new chapter. One where the Giants dominate the trenches, control the line of scrimmage, and make a serious run at the ultimate prize. This move, if it happens, would not only excite the fan base, but also shift the balance of power in the NFC East and the NFC as a whole. It's a bold statement, and honestly, it's exactly what the Giants need to take that next step towards Super Bowl glory. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YOUTUBE algorithm to keep recommending the latest New York Giants news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. So what do you think, Giants fans? Are we on the verge of witnessing one of the most impactful trades in recent franchise history? Will Chris Jones be the missing piece that finally pushes the Giants over the top? It's a story still unfolding, but one thing is for sure, the potential here is enormous. With Jones anchoring the defensive line, the Giants would be setting themselves up for years of dominance in the NFC East, a division that has become increasingly competitive. We've seen flashes of brilliance from Daniel Jones, and Saquon Barkley remains one of the most dynamic backs in the league. But to truly compete with the best, they need that extra push, an interior disruptor, a true game wrecker. And if the rumors are true, that's exactly what they're about to get. The Giants' front office has shown a willingness to be aggressive when it counts, and this move could be the ultimate example of that. It's about building a team that's not just good enough but championship caliber. Chris Jones's arrival would send shockwaves across the league, elevating the Giants to a new level of competitiveness. Imagine a defense where Jones and Williams dominate the interior, forcing offenses into uncomfortable situations, setting up turnovers, and giving Daniel Jones and Saquon Barkley the room they need to shine. It's the kind of synergy that wins championships, and it's exactly what the Giants have been building toward. Of course, fans should also keep in mind the potential hurdles. The Chiefs aren't just giving away Jones without a fight, and the Giants will need to navigate their cap situation carefully. But the payoff could be well worth it. This move would send a clear message to the rest of the league. The Giants are back, and they're here to compete at the highest level. The NFC East is packed with talent, from the Cowboys to the Eagles, but with Jones in the middle of their defense, the Giants could tip the scales in their favor. It's about establishing dominance, about creating a legacy, and about giving their fan base the kind of team they've been dreaming of for years. Looking ahead, the next few weeks are going to be critical. Will the Giants pull off this blockbuster? Will they be able to secure Jones and integrate him into their scheme without sacrificing their future draft capital? Those are questions only time will answer. But if the rumors turn out to be true, we could be witnessing a pivotal moment in Giants history. The start of a new dynasty built on the strength of the trenches, on a foundation that could lead them back to the Super Bowl and beyond. So Giants fans, stay tuned and stay fired up. The offseason is always full of surprises, and this one could be the biggest of all. Whether it happens or not, one thing is for sure. The fight for NFC East supremacy just got a whole lot more interesting, and the Giants are right in the middle of it. Let's keep the faith, keep the passion, and get ready for what promises to be an exciting ride ahead. The future is bright, and with the right moves, like bringing in Chris Jones, it could be a future filled with Giants victories, playoff battles, and maybe even that elusive Super Bowl trophy. And now, New York Giants fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the New York Giants. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest New York Giants news.